Hi everyone. Hope you're fine today. Um, a topic that is really important for all of us is inflammation and how to reduce inflammation in your body. So first, what is inflammation? Inflammation is a natural, healthy immune response of the body to injury, stress, or subjection to toxin or pathogens. Simply put, the body initiates a healing response to return to its original state of or homeostasis, which releases antibodies and proteins to fight infection diseases, stressors, and invaders. These antibodies and proteins are then supposed to be purged out of the body. Infections and wounds heal because of inflammation, though the warmth, redness, and swelling of the skin and associated pain can be uncomfortable. If inflammation is prolonged, not checked, or chronic, and the chemicals are not expelled or attack the host tissue instead, this can cause other disorders. It is theorized that the underlying cause of many diseases, from cancer to common cold, is from inflammation. So, how do we test for chronic inflammation? In modern medicine, a blood test measures the C-reactive protein produced by the liver, which rises abnormally in response to inflammation. Severe reactions to viruses are associated with a hyperactive immune response called a cytokine storm. Some infections, faulty genes, or autoimmune disorders in which the body thinks um, its own tissues are invaders cause cytokines to rampage through the bloodstream, attacking healthy tissues. And what are the causes of inflammation? Inflammation builds up when people are stressed, when their diet and lifestyle are unhealthy, and they don't get adequate sleep and exercise. Eating food at irregular times, junk food, processed food, sodas, fruit juice, too much alcohol, fried food, refined sugar, flour, excessive consumption of caffeine, too many pungent spices, nightshades, food additives, preservatives, dye smoking, recreational drugs, environmental toxin, pollutant and chemicals, obesity, parasitic infection, certain contagious diseases, low-grade infection, and exposure to allergen and often a beta-provoking lifestyle can cause inflammation. There can also be a genetic predisposition that increases its risk. So, what kind of symptoms of inflammation could you have? The symptoms and manifestation of inflammation differ based on the prakriti, that means body constitution, and vikriti, the imbalances of the patient. However, redness, irritation, heat, some measures of immobility, swelling, pain, tenderness, edema, painful joints, abdominal or chest pain, sore muscles, rashes, frequent infection, fevers, fatigue, insomnia, weight fluctuations, and mood disorders are common symptoms of inflammation. And the inflammation could manifest in the GI tract, like constipation, diarrhea, reflux, and irritable bowel syndrome, in the skin with psoriasis, rashes, and eczema, in the respiratory system with allergies and asthma, joints, or any other organs or a combination of organ system. And with Ayurveda classifies inflammatory conditions as disturbances of the Pitta dosha, the principle of fire, that can be cooled and even cured with simple adjustment to your diet and lifestyle. Don't let the inflammation take hold that will eventually give you the disease later. Inflammation has been implicated in arthritis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, asthma, sinusitis, allergies, dermatitis, diabetes, cardiac disorders, cancer, fibromyalgia, inflammatory bowel disorder, colitis, peptic ulcers, Crohn's disease, IBS, periodontitis, Alzheimer or Parkinson disease, autoimmune conditions, and mood disorders such as depression. So, lot of disease or imbalances are due to inflammation in our body. And in Ayurveda, the goal is to find the underlying source of a symptom, not just to treat the symptom itself. Simply put, every choice you make and everything you do is either inflammatory or anti inflammatory. Inflammation is a very important signal prompting us to pay attention and react. What you need to know is that when the metabolic fire burns too much or ignites in the wrong place, we end up with chronic inflammation and a multitude of disorders arise. Talking about pitta and the digestive fire, this is one of the main metaphors of Ayurveda. It is an essential function for your good health. In the form of metabolism, it digests our food, generates vital energy, and incinerates waste. But when the metabolic fire burns too much or ignites in the wrong place, we end up with chronic inflammation and a host of disorders arise. So I advise you to redirect your metabolic fire by knowing your stresses like toxic relationships, the stress of work, violent movies and TV shows can release stress hormones leading to inflammation. And when you know exactly what is stressing you out, you will know what needs to be changed or what preventive measures you need to take. It requires introspection and becoming your own observer. Whether it's meditation, intention setting, qigong, yoga, pranayama, and breath-focused awareness, or simply detachment, managing emotions, there are ways to be better prepared to meet challenges and avoid tragedies. Many factors mentioned above can increase it and therefore pitta in our body. And some other classic instigators are spicy foods, acidic foods, the stress, overwork, hot weather, and exposure to direct sunlight, to name a few. And also during menstruation, pitta tends to increase, which is why your symptom worsen during this period. Since inflammation is undoubtedly an imbalance of pitta, the main remedies will all be designed to reduce pitta or heat in the body. Note that when I say inflammation, I'm referring to the red or tender type rather than the swelling caused by water retention, which is more kapha in nature. Regarding Ayurvedic remedies for inflammation, here are some of them that I can give you. Avoid all food that cause it. The food choices we make are an important factor in our health and well-being and are often directly linked to our health problem. Since inflammation comes from too much heat in the body and blood, it will be essential to avoid overeating food while favoring foods that are refreshing in nature and cooking fresh. It's very important. Inflammatory foods causing pitta to be consumed in moderation include nightshades, tomatoes, white potatoes, peppers, eggplant, spinach, and chard. Spicy foods, fermented foods like vinegar and kombucha, salty, sour, and pungent foods, fatty and fried foods, peanuts, sesame, safflower, and almond oil, red meat, coffee, even decaffeinated coffee, caffeine, tobacco, and alcohol, refined sugar, refined grains and cereal, processed foods, additive and preservatives, allergenic foods. This will be different for everyone, but commonly, um, I can some example here include soy, dairy, wheat, gluten, eggs, shellfish, and tree nuts. And you can increase refreshing and alkaline foods in the diet with all the symptoms resulting from excessive heat in the system. It will be essential to start taking in more cooling food choices on a regular basis. And for some example, you have ghee, coconut oil, coconut water, cilantro, um, lemon, green lemon, lime, cucumber, refreshing spices such as coriander, fennel, fresh ginger, pipali, and cardamom. You have also bitter vegetables such as kale, collard greens, and dandelions. Sweet and juicy fruits and fresh such as dates, apples, avocado, red grapes, ripe mango, and coconut. Aloe vera juice is very good, pomegranate juice also. But it also depends on your personal constitution. The impact and the properties of one food or another will be modified according to the nature of your constitution, called Prakriti. And that is why it is important to know it to choose those which will be more effective for you. Do regular oil massages that we call Abhyanga in Ayurveda. Ayurvedic oil massage is a very nice routine to set up. You can practice for your self-care and stress reduction with coconut oil, which is an anti-pitta oil. You can take a small amount of oil and massage the whole body before going to bed each night, and be sure to pay special attention to the main area of pain and inflammation, as well as the scalp, forehead, and feet, and only do this area if time is limited. The oil should be kept for at least 20 to 30 minutes before being rinsed off with water. Avoid soap, which can dry out and irritate. Alternatively, the oil can be stored overnight. Drink ginger and turmeric tea every day. Ginger and turmeric and pinch of black pepper are very beneficial in treating inflammation. It stimulates digestion and promotes detoxification of the body. You can boil 3 cups of water and reduce it to simmer. Add a cube of about 4 centimeter of grated fresh ginger and a cube of 2.5 centimeter of grated fresh turmeric, which can be replaced by half teaspoon of dry turmeric. Add a dab of honey once the tea has cooled to drinkable temperature, and never eat honey above 108 degrees Celsius because it's toxic. Drink 1 to 3 cups of this tea, blend every day between meals. And alternatively, one can take 1/4 teaspoon of dry ginger and 1/4 teaspoon of dry turmeric mixed with 1 tablespoon of aloe vera juice. Take it at noon and again before bed every day. Reduce overall stress in your daily life, which is very challenging, but we can all do it. It's just a question of choice. And of course, it is one of the most common causes and provocateur of inflammation. Therefore, you must leave space for yourself and your self-care while you are in this essential process of healing. So try anti-stress practice like yoga, light exercise, meditation, nature walks, ginger bath or sauna, self-oil massage. Reduce your workload and prioritize your obligations. Keeping a clean and organized home and workspace. Make room for fun, family time every week. Make room to relax every day, even for a few minutes. Avoid conflicts and unpleasant people. Surround yourself with good company. Eat hot and fresh and home cooked meals. Take several deep breaths throughout the day. You can also take baking soda ginger bath weekly. The ginger baking soda bath not only works to reduce stress, but it's also very beneficial for pain and inflammation in the body. Add 1/3 cup powdered ginger and 1/3 cup baking soda to warm bath water and stir well until completely dissolved. If desired, cooling essential oils such as rose, lavender, or lemongrass can also be added. Take this baking soda ginger bath at least 1 time a week and as needed. Sorry. Other specific remedies for joint inflammation with powerful anti-inflammatory property. So you have ginger again, which is an anti-inflammatory in nature and acts as a catalyst when used in harmony with other substances. One of the specific Ayurvedic remedies for joint inflammation is castor oil, which contains powerful anti-inflammatory properties and has a special affinity for the joints. I tell you, but I will not give you a dosage because its use must be followed by a therapist or a doctor. This dosage depends on your constitution, your weight, and your age. And this remedies also works to remove toxins from the joint as well known cause inflammation and irritation. In terms of herbs for curing pitta disorders and inflammation, bitter herbs are generally the most potent and effective. And bitter herbs are used like gentian, maniant, and centaury, radicchio, dandelion, endive, arugula, or chicory, artichoke, celery, citrus peel, cocoa, cabbage, and all crucifers. It is recommended to use organic ingredients as much as possible, especially when it comes to citrus peel or zest. You can also use turmeric, glue, ashwagandha, cinnamon, and holy basil, which are also very good. I hope you will apply these tips to respect your body and yourself. We don't have a spare body. Taking care of him should be your first priority. Regarding everything I told you, I will add that to be more effective, you must know your constitution in order to choose the herbs that suit you to act effectively. I remind you that you can take a free diagnosis call with me to talk about your health, your situation, and your goals that you want to achieve. Thank you for your listening, and you can find all my podcasts on my YouTube channel and health management articles in my blog. Have a great, great day. Namaste.